Here it is. Good. Hi, friends. Today we are going to be doing the Atomic Habits Weight Loss Book Club, and we're going to be discussing chapter 15, the Cardinal Rule, the Cardinal Rule of Behavior Change. This chapter, oh my gosh, it really shares why it's so hard for us to do really wonderful habits and why it's hard to get started and why it's hard to continue them. And it makes a lot of sense. Our habits, and this is all from the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. It all comes down to immediate rewards and instant gratification. What's really hard is bad habits have immediate instant gratification, but have long-term bad effects. But good habits, not all good habits, but a lot of our good habits have fabulous long-term effects, but are really hard immediately. And a good example with that, I have my friend Lucy, I see already in the chat. She's coming to us live from the UK. And I got Robin Lockwood in the house too. Woohoo! So I already have some friends starting to type in the chat. Please go ahead and introduce yourself, say hi. And if you have any wins this week, let us know. But I want to tell you a good example. Exercise. If you're not used to exercising and you want exercise to be a good habit for you, initially exercising isn't a lot of fun. You know, it can be challenging. It can be hard to motivate yourself to get started in the beginning, especially as our bodies are more overweight and out of shape. And so it's really hard to get started. But the long-term effects of consistently exercise are fabulous, and we'll feel so much better and we'll look so much better, and our health will be so much better. Here's another example. A bad habit is eating candy and junk food. And you know what? Initially, when you put it in your mouth, oh my gosh, it's so tasty. And you get that instant gratification of, oh, that is so good. And scratching that itch for hankering for something stupid that'll make your taste buds dance, but it's going to make you wear bigger pants, you know? And so a bad habit can many times give us instant, glorious gratification, but later, really bad effects. And it comes down to us wanting to vote, like Jeff created our thumbnail today. Vote for the future that you want to be. Your future. Vote for your future self. And this chapter, James Clear gives us some ideas of things we can do to make the hard things that some of our good habits that are kind of hard, to make them more satisfying. Because if we can make our habits more satisfying, we're going to more likely keep doing them. And then it becomes easier. And we're putting in votes for our better self that we want to become in the future. Whereas when we're serving our bad habits, we're getting some instant gratification, but it's going to cause us a lot of problems in the long term. He also talks about smoking, how you know that smoking's bad for you and you really want to stop smoking. But initially, oh my gosh, it feels so good to have your nicotine craving satisfied. But you're, 10, 20, 30 years down the road, you might end up with lung cancer. You might end up with asthma and a horrible bad smoker's cough and all these bad things. But when you're taking that hit on your cigarette, it's giving you some instant stress relief and that so um, we need to find ways to either make instantly after after doing that habit, to make it either a small little punishment or a super great reward. And we want to reward our good habits. They're going to give us great outcomes in the long term. And we want to do things to make our current bad habits not so enjoyable. And if anyone has any ideas of some things that you want to try this week because of this, please write about it in the chat. Oh my gosh, and we got Barb in the house. Woohoo! Health at any cost. Yay! She said, I made it. Hi, guys. I'm so glad to have you again this week with us, Barb. That's awesome to have you live. So anyway, in this weight loss book club, it's for all of you. It is free, it is fun, and we're here to support one another and to give each other ideas. I'm not a medical person. However, I used to be a school teacher. I enjoy reading, but you know what? You would think I love to read and read all the time, and I don't. I'm very I probably have adult ADHD. I don't know. And so I have to focus and I have to remember to focus. And if I can break something down and just tell myself, hey, it's one chapter a week. That's all we do in this book club is one chapter a week. And each chapter is 10 pages or less in the Atomic Habits book. Well, I can do that and I make it simple. And it feels good. When I'm done reading a chapter of Atomic Habits, I feel better about myself. I feel like, hey, look how far we've gotten. Chapter 15. We've read a whole bunch of pages in this book, and we're going to get this book completed, and we're going to do things instantly that we can do each week that can make us the best version of ourselves. Isn't that awesome? I think that's awesome, and I find that kind of exciting. Now, what are some things we can do to make our good habits satisfying immediately after we're doing the good habit, and how to make our bad habits not as satisfying? Well, here's one thing that I've been doing. It's real important that I write, for me. Everybody, I know we've all had different weight loss journeys, and there are some things that we've each had in our past that are different because our pasts are some of our pasts are similar, but still a little different. And so we may have different ways to attack weight loss and a healthy lifestyle. For me, what really helps me do better is to write down what I'm eating and to write down if I've done exercise. And I used to teach third grade and kindergarten, and I love stickers and I love stars. And so when I write down, I put down all the things that I'm supposed to be doing. Like here. And if I have completed a goal for the day, either first thing the next morning or before I go to bed, I take out my pretty orange highlighter and I highlight all the goals that I hit. Because even though like exercise, I'm not going to see a big difference in my exercise until a little bit down the road. But I can give myself a mark and go, yeah, I did it. And it feels good for me to go, yep, got that done, did that today. I also have to admit, I don't always remember to eat enough fruits and vegetables. I always eat some protein, and eating carbs is crazy easy for me. I don't have to think about, did I have enough carbs today? That's never anything I have to think about because I really enjoy those. But I have to really think about making sure, did I eat at least 4 servings of fruits and vegetables? So I give myself 4 squares for that. And sometimes I eat more than that and I don't mark that off. It's just, did I at least hit 4? And then I mark those off. And I only get to mark them off with the highlighter if I hit all 4 and I hit that goal. And I did. So yay. Water is so important, especially there's a lot of us in this book club that are taking either Mounjaro or Zepbound or Wegovy or Ozempic or any of those kind of things. And it can dehydrate you. And it's extra important that you drink even more water than you normally would. And we're supposed to try to hit for around 100 ounces of water. And you can talk to your doctor. Your doctor might have it be a little bit more for you, or maybe a teeny bit less. But most doctors and my friends that are also on a Mounjaro journey have told me that their doctors too are recommending trying to hit 100 ounces of water, maybe a little more. So anyway, I got close. 92 ounces, and I thought, that's pretty close. I actually gave myself a little orange thing there. And in calories, it's really important to try to eat enough calories. For me, if I eat less than 1,000 calories consistently, my weight won't go anywhere because my body thinks I'm starving. So I try to hit at least 1,000 calories. And if I don't go more than 1,700, and I do about 1,000 to 1,700, I count that as a win. And I did. On this day, I had 1,387 calories. I'm shooting for at least 70, but trying to get closer to 100, but at least 70 grams of protein. And on August 8th, I hit 100.5 grams of protein. So that was exciting. And I try to get around 25 grams of fiber as well. And so when I hit my goals, I highlight it. And if I hit all of them, I get to give myself a star. And I know it sounds kind of simple, but just this, it is a reward for me. And for me, that works. And it gives me that little bit of instant gratification, knowing that I can write down, I did it, while I'm waiting for the scale to go down. Hey, Jeff.
Hey.
Wow, look at you with that. Is that goggles?
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Hey, and you got some music with you.
Yep.
A little music box. So tell me, what do you have to share with us today?
Well, I remember a T-shirt that I read,
Mm-hmm.
and it said, "Hard work pays off in time. Laziness pays off now."
That is so true.
And it reminded me of one of the things that was said in the chapter today, and about instant gratification, and that it's so much easier to, do something that gives you instant gratification. And usually it feels great in the instant, but down the road it's a problem. Like having ice cream for dinner or something like that.
Right.
And then I remembered another thing that they said to get around that, if you want to make a vote for the kind of person you want to be, so the things that you decide to do, you have that aim toward what kind of person you want to be. If you want to be a healthy person, then eating ice cream for dinner would be a bad vote. It'd be instant gratification, but it would be a bad vote. So it's hard for humans, the way humans have evolved, to get around that hurdle. But one way they said to do that, and we've been doing it this week, we've been going swimming, and even this morning, I woke you up.
It was so hard, you guys. Lucy, this is Jeff's going to make me be real honest, real fast. But I was so tired this morning.
I woke up, I said, and because my watch went off to wake me up at 7:30, I thought, Gina's really snoring over there. Should I wake her up and let her know? You told me to wake her up to go swimming.
I was sound asleep. Oh my gosh.
And And I laid in bed a little bit thinking, I could just sleep too. Oh, it feels so good just to not get out of bed. But then I thought, we're trying to make a vote for what kind of people we want to be. We want to be healthy. And one of the ways it mentioned in the chapter today to get around doing something that might be, a little bit more work is to inject something fun into it, some sort of pleasure.
Right.
And what we've been doing, been bringing along a little external speaker here, and I have a playlist in Amazon Prime, that I can connect my phone to this, and it will play classic feel-good hits of the 80s, 70s, and most of the 80s.
70s, classic rock.
Yeah. Anyway, and we've been listening to those while we've been exercising, and it's
makes
just
it
like
so much more fun.
adding a little bit of sugar to the medicine. Adding a teaspoon of sugar helps the medicine go down or whatever, right?
Right.
That it's just adding a little bit of fun to that, so that I thought, I do like exercising to the music, and we'll bring the music along. So that's when I decided to wake you up.
Yeah, and we're in Arizona right now where it's 110 degrees or hotter. So if we're going to swim, the best time to swim is early in the morning. And so that's why we would have to get up early or late in the evening. But we've been having a lot of lightning and stuff at night because it's monsoon season. So if we waited till the evening, there's a good chance we might not be able to get it just because of the weather. It'd be too dangerous to swim outside.
So my thought is, just to recap, if you can add something fun into the thing that you're trying to do that is not meant necessarily instant gratification and muscles and exercise results,
right?
But is the hard part, the exercise beforehand. If you can add a little bit of fun into that, like we're doing with the music, then that can help you get over that hurdle.
It really can. And true confessions. This morning we were perfect last week. We did 7 days in a row. And I've been working out extra hard because not just swimming laps, but doing things with pool noodles and stuff that have really been working muscles in my arms. And my arms were sore. So when Jeff woke me up out of a sound sleep and he's like, "You want to go swim it?" And I was like, well, we exercise 7 days in a row. Maybe we just take today
off. It was
off.
really precarious.
Yeah,
no.
I'm so tired. I could just roll back over and go back to sleep right now. I know I could fall right back asleep. And so I gave Jeff a chance to have the way out. Do you want to skip today? And
actually, why I didn't too?
Why?
Is because if it was just about me, I would have said, I'm sleeping. But it was for your health because you have type 2 diabetes.
Yeah, I do.
And you're trying hard to exercise every day. So I woke you up for you.
Oh, well, thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. And once I got my swimsuit on and
I don't really wear these goggles, but I thought it'd be a good
but we got the swimsuit on and get the music out there. And when I was out there exercising, I thanked Jeff because I felt so much better doing it. And it made me happy out there. And especially listening to such happy music as we were doing things and
upbeat songs.
With
a good beat to exercise to.
Yeah. So, it's not, but we cast the vote this morning that we want to be people that are in shape and that we can do stuff.
Yep.
And it was a healthy thing to do. So we put that vote in, and I started my what I've eaten today, because today is August 11th. And I got to mark off that I got my exercise done. So that is completed. And I got one of my goals today completed. So that's a good thing. But it really does help to have an exercise partner if you can.
And the music really helps.
Oh, yeah. And sometimes you can ask a neighbor. There may be a neighbor who also would like to exercise and haven't yet. or the gym that you go to, Lucy. Maybe there's a board where you can sign up and see if someone wants to be an exercise partner for you. But I know whenever I have a partner, I always do better because I don't want to let my partner down.
And I don't want to let her down.
Yeah, and so that helps too, and that makes it a little bit more fun because it also makes my exercise more social, which is kind of neat too. So all different little wins there.
That's
So
all I have.
is that all you have?
Yep.
Okay, well, thanks, Jeff.
You're welcome.
And I'm going to be reading the comments on here. If you notice that I accidentally skip one, please come back in and let me know because I really want
if I miss one,
someone
I'm
to
sorry,
share.
but I'll try.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Oh, and the cardinal rule of behavior change is what is immediately rewarded is repeated. And what is immediately punished is avoided. And that is the cardinal rule of behavior change. I'm going to read some of your comments and then I'll if there's anything else, I'll flip through the chapter to see if there's anything else really good to share as well. But let's see here. Lucy says, positive, immediate, and certain consequences are the biggest predictor of whether a behavior will be repeated, and negative, immediate, certain, the strongest incentivitizer to stop. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yep, that is the cardinal rule of behavior change, Lucy. And Robin says, win for me is 5.7 A1C. Oh my gosh, that's great, Robin. That is in the normal range because it's 5.8 and higher. 5.8 to 6.4 is pre-diabetes, and 6.5 and higher is diabetes. So, wow, that 5.7 A1C, that's a gigantuan win. And blood pressure 110/84, also fabulous and normal. Awesome. Next goal is lose 5 more pounds and I can get off high blood pressure medications. That would be exciting. And my cholesterol is up a bit, but with more weight loss, doctor feels that too will improve. Yep, it will. Good job, Robin. And Barb says, Robin, that is amazing. Congrats. And Lucy says, it's when the consequence, good or bad, is a future event and uncertain as to whether it will happen is the weakest incentivizer. Oh my gosh, that is so true. That is so true. And that is why so many times in my life, I've started a diet. And then when all of a sudden I hit a stall, I lose my vision. And I lose the thought that I can get past that stall and eventually get skinny, and I get frustrated and quit. But this is the year that I'm going to push through and really work on having it be a lifestyle change because consistency is truly key. And we're going to have stalls along the way, along the journey. But I want to measure other things that also show growth. In my video from last Monday, I do a Mounjaro Monday live, and on I think last week was week 30. I had maintained my weight, and I was bummed. But I had taken my measurements 3 weeks prior. And I told Jeff, you know what? Let's take my measurements again. I know it's only been 3 weeks, but even if I've gone a teeny bit skinnier in measurements, that'll make me feel better. Well, when we measured my body in 3 weeks' time, I lost 13 and a half inches. I couldn't believe it. And 3 of those inches were around my knees, an inch and a half around each knee. And that was showing me that, and in 3 weeks' time, I'd only lost 2 pounds, but I lost almost 13 and a half. Oh, no, I did lose 13 and a half inches on my body. And that was an exciting reward to see that getting up early and swimming has really made a difference because I'm doing it every single day. Not, oh, I went, I swam twice this week or whatever. No, I swam 7 days. I was in that pool working it. And it's making a difference. But yes, it's the hardest when you start off in the beginning and you're not seeing a big difference yet. But you're still having to, get to the gym or get in the pool or go for that walk. But if you keep doing it consistently, you are going to see a difference. And that really is even more motivating. And you're putting, like Jeff said, every time you go to do some exercise or you eat some vegetables instead of more bread or whatever, you're putting a vote in for the person you want to become and who you want to be. So anyway, let's see what else we got here. Lucy says, that is why the whole weight loss thing is so darn difficult. Yes, Lucy, I so agree. And health at any cost, which is Barb, says, I agree, Maxie. It's hard to imagine something I have failed at so many times too. No positives with diet for me, just negatives. So there is the total negative with trying to lose weight. But you have turned that around, Barb. Barb has lost, haven't you hit like over 200 pounds, Barb? A lot of weight, significantly more than 100 pounds. More than one time, but currently. And I've seen pictures of her. Barb has a really cool blog called Health at Any Cost. And she looks amazing. She looks absolutely amazing. But it's hard. It is not easy. It is so stinking hard. And Lucy says, that's a good idea, getting a buddy. I do have a colleague that goes to the same gym, but I'm worried we won't get anything done because we'll be too busy talking about work. But you know what? That's okay. So here's a way that you can do it. You could be on the treadmill at the same time, and you're on two different treadmills. I used to do this with a girlfriend. We used to, one of my neighbors and I used to go work out at the Y together, and we would go at 5:30 in the morning because she had to go to work afterwards, and that was during my stay-at-home mom days. And but I knew that Colleen's car was going to be in front of my house at 5:30, and so when that alarm went off, I couldn't even think about not going. No matter how tired I was, I had to slide into my clothes and tennis shoes and run out the door and sit in the car with her, and away we'd go to the Y. And we would do the treadmills or even the ellipticals side by side, and we could chat with each other while we were doing it. And the cool thing about that is if one person is more fit than the other person, they can go faster, but they don't leave you in the dust because you're still side by side. And if you're chit-chatting while you're exercising, the time just flies. And it's fun to swim with people too. And you can chat while you're doing. I did a video, a week ago about 10 of my favorite water aerobics exercises, because I used to take a lot of water aerobic classes, and I was a substitute teacher for the water aerobic instructors at the Chandler YMCA. And so, and they're all easy. They're all things that you can do. And the harder and faster you do it, the more calories you burn. So you start off at whatever level of fitness you are doing some of these fun motions. But while you're doing the motions, you can chit chat with each other. And I think that'd make it really fun for you, Lucy. And Barb says, Maxie, I have no one in my real life to be a buddy, but I'm hoping to find others to be accountable to. Barb, you can be accountable to us too. You can let us know in the comments. Each day you could go back to a previous video and say, I made it to the gym today, and we'll give you a woohoo. Because sometimes that is even enough. You need something to give yourself that little yay, that little bit of reward that gives you that little bit of a dopamine lift. And Lucy says, oh, well, you can be accountable here to us. See, Lucy's thinking the same thing. Thanks, Lucy. And hey, TaylorMade's in the house again. Woohoo! Thanks for sending us some hearts. Taylor, glad to have you back again. And Lucy says, if the cookie jar gave us an electric shock every time we touched it, we'd soon stop. I had a friend who had a cookie jar that played music when you lifted the lid. And so, and she got that on purpose. So that way, if she lifted the lid, other people in her house would know that she was trying to sneak something. And that helped her because I think she used to like to sneak a treat in the middle of the night. And you don't want to lift that lid because when the house is so quiet and then it starts singing, you know. And so that was kind of almost like an electric shock. And it did the trick for her. And Lucy says, I'm using American Sign Language. In England, cookie jar equals biscuit barrel. Oh, biscuit barrel. Oh, that's a cute name for a cookie jar. I like that. And it's fun having these international relationships, isn't it? That is so cool. And Barb says 241 now. Wow. She's lost 241 pounds. Woohoo! Oh, I am just so proud of you, Barb, because I know how crazy hard that is. And Jeff's responding here because he's Anchor Moments RV, our other YouTube channel. And he says, I think it's also motivating to remind myself that I am worthy of love and care, that I can be gentle with myself and spend the investment of time into becoming healthy. Wow, that is really good, Jeff. Um, That is really good. Uh, Jeff is such a sweetheart, but when I first met him, he really had low self-esteem, and he still battles that a little bit. But it's so cool to hear you say that, Jeff, because I think you're awesome and amazing, and you already are a wonderful human. But it's neat to see you get even more confidence as you get older, and we're gonna get healthy together. So let's do it for sure. And Barb says, yep, she went from 405 pounds to 164. It's so odd. It's amazing, Barb. And I am going to have Barb on my Monday, on one of my Monday lives, when I do my Mounjaro Monday lives. I just need Jeff to figure out he's trying to decide between StreamYard, and then there's another software that he could also get where it's easier to bring somebody in live. But I'm excited to have Barb on a future show because she is just one of the most inspiring people I know. So it's going to be really cool to have her soon. And Jeff's been working on some other projects, but that is on his honey-do list. And we'll let you know, Barb, as soon as he gets that done, because it's going to be so exciting to have you on a future show. And Taylor says, that's awesome, Barb, and gives her some more of those pretty hearts. And hey, Taz the Bulldog's mom's in the house. Woo woo. Hi, Sin. She says, shoot, I'm late. That's okay. We'll still take you. And Lucy says, that's incredible. And Barb says, you're right on time, Taz. Yep, always nice to have you in the house. So what we're talking about today, Taz, with chapter 15 is how instant gratification is super important because it really motivates us. But what's hard is for a lot of good habits, you don't get instant gratification. Instant gratification comes in the long run. But bad habits, you get the instant gratification, like eating a candy bar. And a candy bar is not good for you, but man, it tastes good. And you get that sensation, with your taste buds dancing and stuff. But later, it's just going to give you bigger pants, which is not what you want in the long term. And the same thing, like with exercise, that until it does say in the book, in this chapter, that eventually you won't need to give yourself a little, doing something to give yourself a little extra gratification, because it's going to be gratifying exercising, because you will have really internalized that you have become a healthy person who's active and feels good using their muscles. And and that's going to be good enough, and you're going to be just happy to go forward. So it takes time to get there, but you're putting a vote in for the person that you want to be, and we're all going to get there. I just know it. This is going to be the group that we're going to cheer each other on, and we're going to reach those finish lines. But the joy is also in the journey, and that's the most important thing. And I want to tell you, all of you who watch these videos, and who, when you're live, that you put something in the chat, and when you're watching on replay and you type some things in the comments of an idea that you're going to try this week, or a win that you had the week before, and we do all that sharing, it's so fun because it builds community, and it makes the whole journey, not just the finish line, but the journey from where we are now and where we're going. It makes joy in that journey. And all of you bring that joy to me, and you help hold me accountable too. And I really appreciate that. And I appreciate all of you who've come here today. All right, I got a couple more comments on here. Let's see. Lucy says, that's incredible, about Barb. She's just amazing. And Cindy, who's Taz the Bulldog's mom, says, hi there, beautiful folks. And Lucy says, I dream of getting to that stage. You're going to make it, Lucy. I know it. And Lucy says, for it all just to become effortless. Yes. And that's what we're shooting for. That's what a true atomic habit is. Once your habit becomes atomic, you don't even have to think about it. You just do it. You just do it. It just becomes as natural as breathing and smiling. Okay. And let's see here. Let's see if there's anything else in the, because I hit, and keep typing in the chat. If you've had a win, please put it in there, so that way we can celebrate you. And if you have an idea of something new you want to try this week, something that you can do, like, you can even do something simple, like, if you make it to the gym 3 days this week, because you usually don't go to the gym, after that third day, give yourself a special treat. And it talks in here that that special treat should be something like a massage or a bubble bath, or I don't know, maybe something that'd be a guilty little pleasure for you, that's not food related, though. Because he says, if you say, oh, if I go to the gym, then when I go home, I can eat a bowl of ice cream. Well, that's becoming two different things. The going to the gym and working out is showing yourself to be someone really healthy, but eating a giant bowl of ice cream kind of cancels that. So what you want to do, I mean, not that all ice cream is bad. I'll still, ice cream is actually my favorite treat of all time, but now I can measure it. And so, I can have 100 calories worth of ice cream, and I know that's all I'm having is 100 calories worth, and I can work that into my day. But to have a big giant bowl of ice cream because I just worked out, then it kind of erases the work. That you want to pick some things that make you happy. Like, I found these in my cupboard when I was doing a little bit of cleaning. Still have a lot more cleaning to do, though. But I found these gold stickers, and I could put a gold sticker on my journal page when I get stuff done. Or maybe once I've done a full week of exercise, put the gold stickers on. But find something that is fun and immediate for you and easy to do. Or maybe buy yourself a new bottle of bubbles. Do I still have bubbles in here? Oh, I must have moved my bubbles. But I love blowing bubbles. And bubbles are real inexpensive. You can get a bottle of bubbles with a wand at the dollar store or whatever. But blowing bubbles is always really fun for me too. or doing something that's calling a friend. Maybe calling a friend that you haven't chatted with for a long time, and spending a little bit of time with a friend, or going out for a cup of coffee with a friend, or I don't know. But there's so many different things you can do as a special little treat that will make your good habits be fun and get and be satisfying in the beginning. And then you'll also get all those long-term rewards too for being consistent with your good habits. And the chapter summary says the fourth law of behavior change is make it satisfying. We're more likely to repeat a behavior when the experience is satisfying. The human brain evolved to prioritize immediate rewards over delayed rewards. That's why we are the way we are. The cardinal rule of behavior change: what is immediately rewarded is repeated. What is immediately punished is avoided. To get a habit to stick, you need to feel immediately successful, even if it's in a small way. Lucy, I have one more piece of advice for you. You've been wanting to go to the gym and you haven't, and you haven't, and you haven't. We'll definitely chat with your friend from work to see if she'd like to go. But you know what? What if you go for 5 minutes and you tell yourself you're just going to go for 5 minutes and walk around and look at the gym, and go to the locker room and see where would I put my clothes if you're going to change in and out of clothes to go swimming. Really check it out. Go look at the pool. Maybe put your hand in the pool and feel how warm or cold the water is, and then go home and call that a success. Have one day, just go walk around it, look around. And then the next day, you can go, and then you can picture in your mind what it's going to look like, and go either in workout clothes or bring your swim bag. Or I usually, what I did at the Y is I would put my swimsuit on, and then I'd put a swimsuit cover up over my clothes. I would leave my purse locked in the trunk of my car, and I would go through. I had to have like a Y card that they would scan me in, and then I just go straight out to the pool. And I had a towel too, and I just take off my swimsuit cover up, swim, and then when I got out, I'd sit out for about 5 minutes or so, squeezing out I always wear a swimsuit that has a little bit of a skirt, squeezing my skirt a little bit to get some of the water out. And then I put my cover up back on and take my towel, put my towel on on my car seat, sit on it, and drive home. I didn't even have to use a locker, because that's what I did. Hey, you got my bubble gun. Thank you, Jeff. Bubbles do make me really happy. They're just so simple. It's such a simple way to have fun. Well, all right, ladies. Oh, wait, let's see. Did anyone else have anything else to say? Barb says, Maxie, it's never effortless to me. This is so weird compared to the rest of my life. I know that there are many things in my life, including writing, that I'm good at, but it's never effortless. But it is worth it, because by golly, it's just amazing what you've accomplished. And Lucy says, I'll do it. Oh, good, because I want to hear this next week that you made it to the gym at least once, just to look around. And then a second time, and to do something even for just a few minutes, but to get started. So you can start small and then build. But the first step is walking through that door. And Sin says, makes sense, Barb. And hey, and Mindy's in the house too. She says, hi, glad I got to see the tail end of the live. Yep, because we're getting ready to go now. But I'm glad that you made it for a little bit, and hopefully you can catch us the rest on the replay. And Barb says, hey, you Mindy. And Sin says, be sure to like the video. Oh, yes, you guys, that really does make a difference when you do like the video. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and join our Anchor Moments community, because we're here to love on each other and support each other as we are becoming the best version of ourselves. All right, you guys, have a wonderful week. And I look forward to seeing some of you tomorrow when I do my Mounjaro Monday live, 6 o'clock Pacific time, which is 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern, and I don't know, like 2 in the morning for you, Lucy, in the UK. But if you get up in the middle of the night to pee and you have a little bit of insomnia, go ahead and catch us live or catch us on a replay. Have a great day. Bye-bye.